And we are live. We have audio. Shoeey, shout out.
Oh, we have audio.
We have audio. We are streaming. We
Audio.
remembered to stream. Surjical, shout out.
Audio.
Audio. Marvellous. Right. Welcome to season 1, episode 15 of the Virtually Rek't podcast. And as always, I am joined by the bearded wonderfulness of Shoeey from PowerOnVR. How are you doing, Shoeey?
Yeah, I'm good, mate.
Good. And because he was so popular 2 weeks ago, we've got Surjical back on the show because we just love...
Hey, guys.
Right. So before we start, we all need to discuss what we are drinking today. So, Shoeey.
I am back to the Hazy Jade. I cannot get enough of this stuff. This stuff is just absolutely bloody wonderful. So I'm going to stick with what I know. I'm not exploring anything this week. I am just drinking.
Marvelous. Surjical, are you on the water again? It's vodka, isn't it? It's really vodka.
Yeah.
I'm betting it's gin, mate. Like I reckon he's too posh for vodka. I reckon it's gin.
No, I drink vodka actually. Yeah.
Yeah, lots of vodka. Today I am back onto my favourite Sauvignon Blanc. So the car didn't decide to lock my booze in the boot like it did 2 weeks ago. So I'm happy. Right. Well, before we started, obviously we have a good half an hour before we start where we talk about what we're going to talk about. And Shoeey, you were worried that we didn't have enough stories to talk about, weren't you?
I genuinely, like, we always do this on a Monday. Like, Mac will message us and it'll just be like, you know, what do you want to talk about this week? I have X, Y, Z. And usually I'll be like, oh, I've got A, B, C, D. And he's just like, oh, yeah, I already had thought about that. And then I'll be like, oh, what about E and F? And, like, we'll come to this nice long list. And this week, I was like, honestly, I really think this week's news has been dry until we sat here 20 minutes ago. And everyone was just like, oh, yeah, well, what about this and that and the other?
Yeah.
I was like, I read all these stories and I still thought there was nothing to talk about.
It's crazy. Actually, I think this list is longer than 2 weeks ago. So, because once we started, we were like, oh, yeah. So the first story I'd like to talk about, I think, is the biggest story which broke this week. And that is the Meta Quest 2 price hikes across the board. What are you thinking about that, Surjical? I know you're not a Meta guy, but like as a neutral, as it were, what do you think about that?
I mean, they've got I'm thinking they've got to do it because they've obviously not made money on the headset itself, and they're trying to cover they lost quite a bit of money as well, didn't they? Plus the Cambria that's coming out as well is going to be pretty expensive, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
So
We
I think,
reckon about $1,500.
yeah. So I think they've had to do it. I think they just had no choice but to do it to kind of make ends. Even though they make loads of money, but they've obviously got a budget for what they're doing. So
Yeah, I read in the article I read that the Q2 2022 they made 425 million, but they're losing 2.4 billion per quarter currently. And
that's a lot of money.
The price increase of the Quest 2 with the sales they're expecting, they think that's going to bring in about 400 million. So that there's still going to be 2 billion down per quarter, which Mark Zuckerberg did say last year, actually. So what do you think, then, Shoeey?
Is that so? Before I go into what I think, is the loss because of the R&D side of things, which is essentially that's investments. That's not, in my opinion, that's not loss. That is investment. So he is looking at, or they are looking at, let's put it, rather than just Zuckerberg as being his own entity. Meta are looking at this from a 10 years down the line perspective, and that 2 billion every year is what they are ploughing into their investment for the VR world.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
so
agree.
I don't think that that's a loss at all. I think that's the way. I think that even framing it in that way, I think, is actually quite dangerous.
Yeah.
But as far as the price hike, I'm actually slightly left leaning of this being a bad idea.
Okay.
I'm on the other side of the fence from Surge. So basically they've increased them by $100 each or 100 Great British pounds each.
Yeah.
Apparently, there's no difference in that, despite there being a massive disparity in the difference between the dollar and the Great British pound. But either way, it's gone up. I think that this is a mistake in the long run. I think this is a short-term thing that they have done, and I think it's going to cost them in the long run because people like ByteDance, like the Pico guys, they are going to take heavy advantage of that low to mid-range place now. Because with the Quest going up in price, that's pushing it more to the sort of higher end of the cheap / mid-range level. And if other people like ByteDance can actually come in and undercut them, I think this might actually cost Meta a lot, like years down the line.
Yeah, it's interesting you say that. Obviously, I've got a Pico Neo 3 Link, and that cost 399 British pounds. It's the 256 gig version. So now the cheapest Quest 2 is the same price as the Pico Neo 3 Link, but it has twice the memory. And I've been using my Pico. There's been a software update. It's fixed everything. It's much better than it was. Last week, I think I spoke to you about it, didn't I? 2 weeks ago, sorry. I was quite disillusioned with my Pico because it just hadn't got any better. But this new update has really sort of fixed things, the audio issues and the link and everything like that. And we have the Pico 4 and the Pico 4 Pro.
Yeah.
Coming soon. So just to clarify, sorry, Serge. Just to clarify, the Pico 4 will not have eye tracking and face tracking. The Pico 4 Pro will have face tracking and eye tracking. So obviously they're positioning it as, the Pico 4 is better than the Quest 2, and the Pico 4 Pro is going head to head with the Cambria. That's my thoughts. So,
and it's going to be much cheaper, I assume, as well, knowing ByteDance.
Yeah. I have an interesting idea, right? And I actually came up with this by myself. I was sitting there scratching my bollocks one day, and I thought, so the price went up on the 1st of August. This is the actual, on my screen, there's the actual Oculus store. You can now buy 128 gig Quest 2 for £399. Also, on August the 1st, they're starting to roll out the new Meta accounts, which is where it'll be like an Xbox, PlayStation. You'll have a profile, you'll have an email, you'll have a name, you'll have an avatar. But during the process, you can unlink your Facebook account. So
what are we doing the moment we finish here?
Yes, you lose access to social features. Yeah, I don't really use them. But then you also get rid of the problem that I had when I got banned. So here's my idea, right? That $100, £100 increase is the cost of the loss of data. Discuss.
Ooh.
Because data is money. That's a lot of data.
Whether people realize it or not, and they should do, like it's pretty obvious, I think, in this day and age. The reason why Tesco give you those club card points, the reason why Walmart have a club card that you use and it invites you to go back there, the reason why it gives you the discounts and they give you the vouchers and everything like that is because they are selling your data. Data is worth a lot of money, and Mac, I hadn't thought about it. That is a good point. It's a very good point.
So shout out in the chat. The chat's gone fucking bonkers already. We've got Crash, Traveling Man. How you doing, mate? Space Dennis and Nebedu. I forgot to send your mystery box out, dude. I'll do it tomorrow. I promise I'll do it tomorrow.
It remains a mystery.
Yeah, it is. No, I know what it is. Yeah. I've actually packed it. It's actually packaged up. I just keep forgetting to.
Also, there will be some giveaways during the stream today. I have some keys to give away at the very least.
Excellent.
But unfortunately, these ones are PCVR only. So if you're interested, then definitely shout out later in the through through the podcast, there will be some interesting things
Cool.
on a subject that we'll talk about later.
So who have you got in your chat? Who have you got in your chat? Because I've got loads of people.
I was going to say, I have a small smattering of hardy warriors in my chat. We have Mr. Most Beast Gaming, Mr. Fun with the clicks,
Clickster,
the absolute trashiest guy on the planet, Crash, obviously, and and one of my favourite other YouTubers, alongside Mr. Fun with the clicks, is of course Triple Helix. How is it going, my people? And of course Surge, as he's just put in the chat.
I've got Tassos from Greece. How you doing, mate? I've got Eric Hernandez, John Crichton. I've got Diamond Geezer is in the chat. Mr. Louverture. I've got Mo Beast, Slow Coach, JS, D1360VR. I've got Crash, Space Denizen. Yeah, it's a busy old chat. It's a busy old chat.
I have a question for John Crichton. Please let me know in the chat at some point. Is your name John Crichton because it's actually your name, or is it named after the sci-fi show? I would like to know.
I think it's spelled differently.
Ah, that's a pity. Either way, awesome name, my dude.
It's Crichton as in the author, and not Crichton as in the. Oh, I tweaked my nipples and I still can't get Jazz FM.
No, John Crichton was a character from. Farscape.
Oh, yes,
he was from Farscape.
He was,
played by Sam Browder and Claudia, alongside Claudia Black.
Yeah.
Anyway, there was one thing I wanted to say to Fun with the Clicks. He asked, but don't they make money from games? Surely they take a percentage. They do. Meta actually take a 30% percentage on all games sold.
Yeah. It's an interesting point in my chat. Somebody said there that Beat Saber's on Quest has made over 100 million in sales. That is incredible. Oh, yeah. And if you buy a new Meta headset, you do get Beat Saber for free.
Yes. Until December, right?
I think so, yeah. Yeah. So I think they're trying to cover the Christmas, Thanksgiving crowd, I think.
Like the Black Friday type stuff.
Yeah. Oh, so, I mean, that was that. I don't understand why they've done it. I've been a gamer for 40 years because I'm old. I've never ever known a console to go up in price ever. But usually after 2 years you get like an S or an X, like a sort of either a slimmer, cheaper version, or you get like like with the Xbox last, you got the Xbox Series X, and that was like the 4K 60 hertz version of the Xbox. Well, I mean, Serge, you've been gaming a long time. Have you ever known a console to go up in price in the whole time you've been gaming?
No, not at all. Nothing really. Just when you like the PS Pros and all that stuff, that's about it. But not putting the price up, never.
Yeah,
it's and the timing's great, isn't it? Because all the Pico stuff's coming out as well, so it's like it's gonna hit them hard.
It is,
because it's really bad timing on their part. Like you were saying, sure, it's just a big risk, and it's the worst time they could ever do it. Like when competition's banging on the door, and they're like, they were doing Pico were going to do like the same sort of price, weren't they?
Yeah. So
it's a similar price, isn't it? So if they go up by 100, and Mac, you said they sorted out the issues that you were having.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are seeing comments and videos and stuff. A lot of people saying if Pico do X, Y, and Z, then I'll think about switching over. So people are already they've seen the Pico come out and they're watching people's videos and seeing how it is and things like that. So I think eventually people will switch over to Pico. I mean, and the other thing is they've Oculus have the Quest 1 version, isn't it, of Population 1? They've stopped. That's going to be discontinued, isn't it?
Yeah, that was news.
Massive.
Yeah, it is. I mean, like Population 1, I mean, obviously me and you and Shoeey played it a lot. I mean, you were like that was like your big thing on your channel for ages, wasn't it? They just said, right, they're not stopping people from playing it, they're just not supporting it anymore. Which I don't know how
Yes.
I don't know how that's going to happen.
As of the 31st of October. But what they're saying is if you bought it within the last 6 months, you can apply for a refund. But then I think with electrical goods and stuff, I think it should be longer than that, in a year at least. So that's going to hit Meta as well, because they own the game, didn't they?
They do. They actually own Big Box, don't they? Yeah.
Which is probably why they're removing the support for it, in all honesty.
It's costing them money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
the other thing is if they're not supporting it anymore, they're not going to be putting out updates, which is going to force them, because I mean, you guys will notice this, and people that in the chat, in case you haven't played this sort of game before, if you try and play it with an unupdated client, it will refuse to let you play.
Yeah.
Because there could be bugs, there could be exploits that they've just fixed. There could be a multitude of reasons why this would cause issues. So, Quest 1, you guys just got completely fucked as far as Population 1 is concerned, it's such a sucky thing, because some people only have their Quest now to play Population 1.
Yeah. Yeah, and they're saying that it's for, because they're going to make the game bigger and update this and make bigger maps, and the Quest 1 can't handle it and stuff like that. So, I don't know. I'm not sure where that's going.
No, it's... So, Meta make decisions. I think they make decisions that aren't linked to the community. So, when they decide to bring out the Meta accounts, or you can unlink your Facebook account, we've listened to the community for 2 friggin' years. We've seen that you're not happy. When we move to the Meta accounts, you can unlink your Facebook account. Good, right? That was a good move. That was good PR. And then they raised the price of the console, and then they stopped Population 1 support for Quest 1, and you just think it's the Trunk Monkey situation all over again, isn't it? When Meta are having meetings, they need to have the Trunk Monkey, and Trunk Monkey when they make a decision, Trunk Monkeys come out and go, bang, stupid idea. But
yeah, I'd like to see that. We'll never get the figures, but how many people actually do play Quest 1 Population 1? And then on the 31st of October, the lobby's gonna start to die down because people can't play it anymore. What percentage of players are actually on the Quest 1?
Well, those people that are exclusively playing Population 1 exclusively through a Meta Quest 1 headset, are they going to go and buy a Quest 2 just to play Population 1? Now, some people will. There is definitely an argument to say that some people will, because some people only play that game. They love that game. I've been jumping back into it recently. I'm enjoying the hell out of it again. They've made a lot of improvements on a lot of stuff recently. And I can see some people doing it, but not everyone. Not everyone's going to be able to afford to.
No.
No, they've hiked the price as well.
I don't know if people in the United States are aware, but there's a cost of living crisis going on in the UK at the moment with our energy bills, our petrol, cost of food. Everything's going up, and it's not going up like 1 or 2%. It's going up like 5-10%. Petrol is nearly, well, for me, because I drive a flash car, petrol is nearly is £2 a litre. A fucking £2 a litre. I just filled my car up because I've got a trip on during the week, and I put £100 in, didn't fill the car up.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's what you get for being a flash car wanker.
So if anybody wants to buy a 986 Gen 2 Porsche Boxster S, get in touch with me in the chat.
I'll fill your next car up to purchase your current car. There you go. I think that's fair at this point.
Well, that's
By
it.
the time we actually get around to doing it, it'll probably be the same price.
Well, you put diesel in your van, you double the price of it, don't you?
Oh god, yeah, it's disgusting, mate. Like I can't fill up my car or my van without sticking my card in the machine twice now.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Which is, it's like, I mean, my car barely does it. I think it would be like, I'm probably missing like 3 or 4 liters in order to fill the tank.
Yeah.
But that's, it's not a massive car. It's a 2 liter engine. That's not huge.
Yeah, I know. It's absolutely crazy, isn't it?
I think it costs about 160 to fill my van now, which
Fucking
is
hell.
yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
How many miles would that get you?
It depends. Like because it's all converted out in the back, it's quite heavy. It's about 3.5 ton.
Okay.
So that'll probably do about 30 miles to the gallon, which is not a lot. I know it's pretty piss poor, but it's because it's a camper van essentially.
I would lie awake at night dreaming of getting 30 miles to the gallon.
Yeah, but I'm only doing like 50 to 60 on a motorway, mate. Like I'm not doing 120.
And that will
I'm
be
also not doing
that,
0 to 60 in 5.8 seconds.
Stop driving like a maniac and you save some money.
it's one of life's pleasures.
Yeah.
Oh God, Trips just said, oh, that's here in the US as well. $8 for 1 gallon of gas. $8 for a gallon? I would kill for that shit. That's
Fucking
amazing.
right. That is crazy. How many liters are in a gallon?
5, isn't it? I think it's 5.
Fuck. Actually, that is still quite. It is expensive, but it's not as expensive as what we're going through.
I know it used to be like $4 or $5 a gallon or something over there. It used to be ridiculously cheap.
Yeah, when I went to New York and I was looking at my aunt putting petrol into the thing, I was like, "What? You filled your car up for like $30 or something, whatever it was." It's crazy.
Oh, it used to be $3. Apparently, Trip said.
Oh crikey!
Oh damn!
Blame Russians. Blame Putin. Woo.
Yeah, it's got nothing to do with how everyone else is running the countries.
Yeah, it is. Right. So before we move on, just your final thoughts on the price hike, Surjical, and then we'll move on to Shoeey. I'll give my final thoughts, and then we'll move on to the next story.
Sorry, can you come back to me in a second? I've got some weird audio glitch. Sorry,
Okay.
mate.
Yeah.
So go on then,
Okay.
Shoeey.
So basically, when it comes to this, some of the comments in chat have changed my mind slightly. Although I still think that this is short-sighted, and in 5 years' time, this will have been a mistake.
Yeah.
I think the reason why they've done it now is so that people are used to the price hike by the time it comes to Thanksgiving, Christmas, the holidays,
Yeah.
and they will just suck it up and buy it anyway.
Yeah. That's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, your search.
Yeah. So I get what you're saying. I agree with what you're saying, mate. It's obviously August, September, October, November. Yeah. So it's a few months for people to get used to it. Because what will happen is in the next few months, people will forget about it, and that'll just be like a standard. Suddenly, it just happened, doesn't it? So that's why I was talking about it. And then a lot of people aren't going to know that the price has gone up. They're just going to buy it for Thanksgiving and Christmas time. So
yeah, I have an interesting take on this. So again, my brain works a bit left field, which is where I came up with the data idea. What if they raise the price to make Cambria look more affordable? And what if it doesn't release at $1,500?
Okay, so in that example, then what price are you thinking?
I'm thinking $800.
Yeah, which is what we said a few months back, a couple of months back, wasn't it? Well, I was just like, I've said that they've said it's going to be extraordinarily more expensive than $800, but then they'll be like, but actually we've slashed that price and it's now $800. Rah.
Yeah. So imagine Mark Zuckerberg and his Connect 8, with his little seal hands and his little weird way of talking. He actually goes Meta Cambria or Quest Pro, as we believe it's now going to be called. Right, Quest Pro is releasing on the 25th of October, and it will be $799. Right?
I'll buy 2.
Yeah, because I think the PR people have said, "Oh, look, hold on. People think it's going to be $800. So if it is $800, they're not going to be surprised. So we need to push and push and push and say, no, this is going to be really expensive. This is going to be $1,500. This is going to be a premium product." And then if they come out with it at $799, then everybody's going to be like, "Oh, wow, bargain," and they're going to rush out and buy one. Just a bit of a left field idea. I don't know.
Yeah, I just don't see the Cambria headset being in stores. I don't see it being at Argos or Tesco's and things like that. I think it's going to be an online only order system.
Okay, yeah, that's Yeah. I mean, I got my Quest 2 from Argos. I just went down on the day and picked it up at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, I got mine from John Lewis. It's exactly what I did. I went in there, they didn't have the 64 gig available, and I was just like, fuck it, I guess I'm paying 100 quid because I want this headset today.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't think that's going to be their model for selling the Cambria headsets. I think it's purely going to be an online thing.
Okay. Right. So are we done with the price hike? And I mean, I put my Virtually News Network video out today, and basically I'm talking about the price hike. So if you want to go a bit more in depth, then check out my channel. It came out at 6 o'clock. Plug. Sorry. Okay, Serge, what would you like to talk about next?
Okay, so I mean, since we're talking about headsets and that, what about the PSVR 2
Yes.
features that
Yes.
they've for so the camera pass through, and they made it really easy with a $50 camera, isn't it, to kind of put yourself in your stream through just using the PlayStation, and it deletes the background, doesn't it? Is that what it was?
Well, I think that's a really bad cut and paste. To be honest, I think that's a marketing picture. Yeah, I think that's a marketing picture. But I mean, Live does allow you to get rid of the background on a phone without a green screen, so that might be a bit of technology that they can do. You know, like the same way that Zoom can get rid of your background. So
that is an iPhone only system, though, isn't it? For working with Live, as far as I remember. I don't think it's available through Android.
I don't know, because I don't use my Android phone. I've obviously got a slightly more sophisticated setup. So no, if you're in the chat, then yeah, give us a shout out. So the PSVR 2, there was they did the pass through, like the equivalent. They call it see through. It's equivalent to pass through. They do a room map. They are like doing with the use of the PS5 HD camera, which costs, like Shoeey said, costs $49. But there was another thing which kind of got lost in the momentum, and that was that you can play any flat screen games on your PSVR 2 in 1080p HDR at up to 120 hertz on an IMAX screen.
IMAX, yeah.
Because I know so you've got a PlayStation, haven't you? So you must be really excited about that.
Yeah, but there's another app on the PC that will probably be cheaper to do certain things like that. But it is great because you can watch 3D Blu-rays and stuff as well in actual 3D.
Cool. Oh, cool.
So that'll be awesome, like for the PlayStation. I've got loads of 4K Blu-rays, but I think once I watch them once, I don't really put them back on, to be honest. I haven't even tested out the 4K Blu-ray on this PS5 yet. So
you've been too busy playing Into the Radius. That's why.
Oh yeah, having fun.
That's actually that's what I forgot to ask. Actually, what games you were playing, but we'll get onto that after we do PSVR.
Yeah.
So in my video, I watched the IGN Next Gen Console Watch with Damon Hatfield, Bo Moore, and Ryan McCaffrey. And Ryan McCaffrey speculated that with all of the tech that's inside the PSVR 2, eye tracking, face tracking, they're not pancake lenses, they're sort of standard Fresnel lenses, but you've got those trick controllers, you've got face haptics. He reckons that it is going, the separate headset itself is going to be $500.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
And like we've been talking about before, for it to be more than the console, or even that's slightly more than the console, but it's for what you're getting, it's amazing.
Yeah.
And the games that are going to come out, people buy the headset just for that, with the foveated rendering and stuff. The games are going to be crazy on that system.
One of the interesting things he said was there was only out of all the PlayStation 4s that were bought, there was only a 5% take up of VR. So one of the things he said PlayStation might just be saying, right, we're not targeting people who are no, we are targeting people who aren't price sensitive. We're going for the high end, people like yourself, Serge, the guys who just want the best that they can get. So you get the PS5, you get your PSVR 2. Bo mentioned the fact that they'd probably do a bundle, maybe a bit cheaper than buying the console and the headset together, and he reckoned about $850.
Yeah, that's probably what I'm going to have to purchase, to be honest.
$850 for a PS5 and the PSVR 2 with those controllers and foveate rendering, eye tracking. Yeah, that is a good price. It'll probably be the digital version, I think. That's just my
Which is fine. I can deal with that.
Yeah. When was the last time you bought a physical game?
I still buy quite a few physical games.
Oh, do you?
I do, because I still purchase games on the Nintendo Switch, and they are all on cartridges.
Oh, of course. Oh, you're not one of these wankers who buys vinyl over sort of
what? Like, do you see? Like, I don't care about vinyl because I can't hear well enough to actually give a shit about the vinyl sound.
Yeah.
I like things to be really easy, and the thing I like about the cartridges is because they're already tiny and they already fit in a case. You don't need a separate case when you're carrying around, just like you did your old Game Boy. If I'm out and about and I want to switch to a game that I haven't got enough space to download, I want to be able to play that game still.
Yeah.
So as far as that's concerned, yeah, I still purchase them, and they keep their price incredibly
well.
They do. Yeah. When I had a Switch, it go down by, like, especially games like the flagship games like the Mario Karts and Zeldas and stuff. They go down, like when you go to trade it in or whatever, it's like a 10 or less sometimes. So it's, so
yeah,
they do. Nintendo games in general, even every generation, they hold their games hold their price really well. So,
I mean, we've got 3 Switches in the house at the moment.
Oh wow.
Yeah, well, lockdown hit and my wife rediscovered Animal Crossing, so she needed one for herself, and the kids needed one so that they weren't on mine. And
yeah, Switch is it's a good little console. Neither of you have you don't have the Steam Deck, do you?
No,
actually.
I had my pre-order. I nearly pulled the trigger a couple of times, but then I thought, well, I don't have time to play VR, and I've got I've got Xbox Live, Xbox Gold, so I can play Xbox games on my PC. So I just couldn't bring myself to do it. Plus, the Pico was coming out about the same time, so
yeah.
And I am retired, I'm a pensioner. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, Mr. Luvich has just put a good comment on there. He said £500 max, but £400 would be a system seller, I think.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's really good.
So that shows how confident Sony are in their lineup of games they're going to have, like first party games as well, because they're going to make like so much money.
Yeah,
games like Blood and Truth and Part 2, like the games that are just on the Sony PSVR.
Yeah, Resident Evil and like Horizon.
Yeah. Horizon, I'm looking forward to. I'm still 10 hours in to Horizon. I've got to play through both of them before the PSVR comes out.
Yeah,
I do love those games, eh?
But console games are so expensive. They're crazy expensive. I'm Steam guy. I'm used to paying 20-30 quid. I was outraged when Medal of Honor cost £50.
Yeah, that was horrible. With The Last of Us. So they remastered it, and now they're doing a PS5 only version of it, and it's going to be 70 quid.
Yeah,
I
loved the first game. Like, I truly loved the first game, but I'm not going to purchase it again. Not for shit. Not for that price.
No, I'm currently going through the first game for like the third, fourth time. Then I'll be on to the next one, which I never played.
I've never played the second either.
Oh yeah, it's there's a lot of controversy around it, but I don't know why. I don't want any spoilers, so I'll just wait to see for myself, and I have to just judge. Yeah, can't be a good zombie game.
Yeah. Right. What do we want to jump onto?
It's your choice, Shoeey.
My choice.
Yeah. Well.
Okay. in that case, then I am going to quickly talk about a game called Mental VR.
Oh, okay.
Because I played the beta of Mental VR, which is a PC VR only game, about 4 or 5 months ago. If you're interested, go and check out the video. Plug.
It's almost as if you have a YouTube channel.
It's almost as if I have a YouTube channel. Not 100%, but almost. So let's have a quick. I'm gonna try and find I'm gonna try and find a video for it, but I don't think the video is all that great for showing you what it is. But basically, it's a very tongue-in-cheek version of Grand Theft Auto. It's a VR open world Grand Theft Auto game.
Yeah, I remember we saw this. It was like the sort of it's like a bit like hot dogs, horseshoes, and it's got like the sort of hand grenades. Yeah, I remember the video. Yeah.
So it's fun. Like, it is incredibly fun. And when I played it, it was buggy as all shit.
Yeah,
but
I remember that.
They have done a ton of updates recently, and it has now been released. And as it has been released, and they apparently liked the video I did for them, they've actually given us 3 keys to give away.
Here you go, Weeble. Hey, how you doing, mate?
Block Weeble for 5 minutes.
So yeah, if you guys are interested in trying to win yourself a copy of this game, as I said, it is PC VR only. So if you have the ability to, in fact, even if you don't, it's up to you. If you want to still jump in for it, then just type mental in the chat. And towards the end, we will tally it up and we will do some giveaways for a few lucky people amongst yourselves.
Slow Coach just said, Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah. I've also... God, sorry, mate.
No, you carry on.
Yeah, so our RFVR's just had an update. So there's more, there's a few different things, but there's a couple more relic rooms and they've improved stuff. So I have a key for RFVR to give away as well.
Excellent. Fantastic.
Yeah. So we'll do that in a bit, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll do all the we'll do just type mental for the giveaway for the mental keys, type RFVR for the RFVR keys, both of which are PCVR, so jump in, don't jump in, up to you.
I've had 6 mentals already.
I'm just trying to find this guy. This is, if you're watching my channel right now, you'll see a video that I've put on there. Basically, this is one of my favorite missions because the guy is super pissed off that you've just broke into his house while he's taking a shit, and then you waste him.
I'm about to go and buy it today.
If you don't have it, Serge, you should. I think you should actually. Yeah, I just killed the shit out of him. Anyway, I think you should actually. You should jump into the giveaway, Serge.
Oh, okay.
Because you're watching the channels as well as hosting.
Okay, if I win, I'll give it away in the next next podcast.
But yeah, it is a good laugh. It's a bit weird. I'm actually wearing the same t-shirt I was in that video. But yeah, it's well worth having a look at. I got probably about 8 to 9 hours of fun in it before I stopped playing, but that was mainly because of its glitchy and bugginess. But there's tons of weapons that you can upgrade, tons of skins that you can unlock through different quests or getting different achievements. So yeah, it is what it is. If you like GTA, you'll have fun.
Cool.
Nice.
What I forgot to ask at the beginning, obviously, when we said there, what are you drinking? But I actually forgot to ask, what are you playing? So I know what Surge's answer to this is going to be. So Surjical.
I know what Surge's answer to this is.
Surjical, what have you been playing this week?
I have been playing Into the Radius, which I've had for over a year, and I just played it, ran like crap. They've done loads of updates since then. So I thought, let me stick it on, and I'm loving it. It's actually a really tough survival game.
Yeah,
it's really tough. Like managing resources, you've got to manually put each bullet into the clips. You've got to clean your guns and all kinds of stuff like that. It's actually on Steam and it's on Oculus PC. It's coming to Quest 2
It
in
is
September.
Yes,
Next month, yeah.
I had access to the beta, and yeah, I agree. It's really hardcore survival horror. This is really cheap, but it reminded me of Stalker. I mean, I like Stalker's
Everyone
like,
says that,
yeah, like the original Stalker. It's like that really meticulous inventory management, and if you get into a firefight and you haven't prepared, you're fucking dead, basically.
Yeah.
So yeah, I haven't played the PC version. I've only played the Quest 2 version, and it was a very, very early beta. So, but
Mhm.
I tell you what, it looked really good. It looked really, really good.
Yeah, it's I'm enjoying it. I mean, I spent my whole stream today, which is 2.5, 3 hours, just trying to get through one mission because yeah, it was just impossible. And I needed to get a sniper rifle. I was like, because I didn't have any money, and luckily I found a stash with one, and then kind of restored it, came back with it, and yeah, smashed them up. But it's not easy. I still died about 20 times trying to do
Yeah.
it. But it's really gritty. I checked actually for the first time. I was like, oh, let me see if there's a difficulty level, and it's on normal, and it's still pretty hard. So if you like a hardcore kind of game like that, then
Yeah.
it's worth getting.
It sounds interesting. Yeah, it looked like good fun. So what have you been
Have
playing
you?
this week then, Shoey?
What have I been playing this week? So last night I rejoined Mr. Henry Van Leer and Mr. Crash for a decent session of Population 1, which I'm
Wow.
trying to play more regularly again. I'm trying to get it like a couple
Okay.
of decent sessions in a week because they've made some really good updates to the game, especially the new weapons that they've put in over the past sort of 5 weeks.
Yeah.
It makes a big difference to the game. I've been really enjoying it. I'm not like we've been doing quite well. It's very rare that I'm in there and there are dead lobbies,
Yeah.
which is quite nice to see. And the latest update also brought about the ability to purchase previous character skins
All right. Okay.
using the social coins.
Which we always thought were a bit useless.
Yeah, exactly. And now they actually have some utility, which means they can put out some maybe less sought after skins that you can purchase. And I think this is actually what's bringing people back is that they are because then you've now got monthly challenges as well as daily challenges,
Okay.
and you can, in order to show this off, if you achieve a certain level within that time, you get like a flourish that goes behind you in a certain color as you glide down. So,
That's
for
cool.
instance, if you finish on master difficulty, I think you end up with like this red flourish, and then it gives you a certain like your diamond twice or whatever it is. So there's a lot more sort of prestige abilities now, which is quite nice.
Because
Um,
when you started playing again, Serge, you said that they've changed the mechanics so you don't have to lead, and that was messing up your because you're a UMP, you're a tickler master, aren't you? Crash is like I can hear Crash screaming in the background. You're like you actually destroy people with the tickler, but the leading the bullets has done you in a bit, hasn't it?
I'm still I don't really play hardly anymore, but I'm still trying to get used to it. I played it a couple of times here and there. Yeah, it's just old. Once you've had like 7 or whatever thousand games, like you've got those reflexes built in. So I'd have to play it for like a week non-stop. Well, not even a week, a few days.
Yeah, you get that muscle memory, don't you?
Yeah, because I used to be able to UMP people from like be on the top of Metropolis and get them inside the gun shop. Like that's how good I was with the UMP.
Yeah.
So it's just getting used to it still. So still a great game. I've just kind of started playing other games and streaming other games because it wasn't the best game for my channel, to be honest. Like it really didn't really help with growth. I've got a few subs here and there, which I really appreciate. So I do try and stream pop one every now and again still.
I was watching your stream, and there was a couple of occasions where you jumped in and the first gun you picked up was the P90, and you were just like, I hate this gun, and then you get killed and you were just like, I hate this gun.
Yeah. Do you know what? I think there were both times there were 1-star, like level 1. So, purple and gold, it's a bit better, but the UMP's always been from day one. UMP, Sacco was like, I switched it back to the Sacco. The CX4 went to Sacco, but now I think the Sacco's gone back to CX4.
Right.
because it's just weak, and the kickback's crazy as well when you fire it. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
but then
I've been quite enjoying even using the Seiko. Like I'm not good with it anymore. I used to be much better with it.
Yeah.
And obviously the damage has been severely nerfed, which has been a necessity for a long time. That gun needed nerfing the shit out of. The fact that it was doing, what was it, like 90 at one point, is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
But on the whole, yeah, no, I've been enjoying that. The other game that I've been playing is Big Ballers VR, which is a basketball game.
Oh, right. Okay.
They sent me over a couple of codes, and me and Mr. Fun with the Clicks jumped in today, and I absolutely annihilated him repeatedly. Dunked on him, dribbled around him, made him feel like a little girl for a good sort of hour and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun.
Sorry, I've said it sounds really sexual.
Oh, it is. It's a very sexual game.
But of course, with you being not very competitive and absolutely destroying Clickster, you won't have enjoyed that, will you?
No. I tried my hardest, right, to sort of ease back on the throttle a little bit, to really give him the chance to show me just, you know, his skills and really shine. But then he was crap, so
Yeah.
I love you, Click. I promise.
This is your friend you're talking about here as well. This is Clicks you're talking about.
Yes.
Horrible animal.
It's good. It's a good game. I think Clicks enjoyed it. We were on because this is the thing, compared to a lot of the basketball games, there are tons of different courts that you can be on, and you can be on there with tons of other people. And because they're on each of the maps that they have multiple courts.
Okay.
So you can be in there playing a game of 1-on-1, and on the other end of the court is somebody playing a 2-on-2. On a separate court is like two more 2-on-2s.
Oh, cool.
And they're really, like, the community is really nice. I met a couple of my subscribers in there. That was really sweet. They couldn't see that it was me though, because I got sent a code for a certain skin that's a giant moose. And the developer hadn't sorted it so that the name goes above the moose head. So my name was embedded in there, and we were talking, and they and one of them mentioned my channel, and I was like, oh, that's me. And I was like, yes. Vindication. I feel like I've really gotten there just from that.
Because the only reason we do YouTube is because we are massive egoists.
Yeah, I think that's a fair statement.
Why else would you do it?
Exactly. But yeah, that's a good game, man. That's good fun.
I still remember the first. I was playing with Surjical. We were playing Pop 1, and we were in the lobby, and a guy came over, and he's like, "I recognise your voice. Are you the guy from YouTube?" And that was like the first time I'd ever been recognised. And I still remember it. I think I had about 4,000 subscribers, 5,000 subscribers at the time. And it was the greatest moment of my life. It's the greatest moment of my life. Oh, apart from the woman who recognised me when I went to buy my Quest 2 from Argos. And she said, "I recognise your voice. Are you on YouTube?" And I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "I'm Mac In VR."
It's amazing.
And she was like, "Oh, I'm a subscriber to your channel. This is in Sedgefield, which is about 2 miles away from where I live, mind." And I was like, "Oh, right." We had a bit chat, and I walked away. And yeah, I've been a bit more interested. But she was like, "Oh, you Mac In VR, you're subscribed to your channel."
Why does this poor girl get crucified every time?
I know. I'm sorry. Well, you know, some people mean bad. There's nothing you can do about it. Right. So moving on swiftly before I get myself into trouble. I have been playing Zero Caliber Reloaded on Quest 2 has had a PvP update. I spent some time with Fuzzy Bollocks and some of my subs playing the PvP game. It's so good. It's just crazy good. Fast. Just like the gun game there's like a map called Cargo, which, as you can imagine, is like a Call of Duty map, quite small. Playing gun game on cargo was just one of the best experiences I've had in VR for a very, very long time, mind. I actually managed to win a game. Who was there? Super Spud was there. I think I was playing up against him. Actually managed to win a game, and it was crazy because right at the end you get 2 knives and you have to get a kill with the knives. So you're basically just running around like, trying to find somebody who's not paying attention so you can stab them in the back. It's absolutely great. So Zero Caliber Reloaded released last year, and I was quite critical in my original video. I went back and re-reviewed it about a month later, kind of changed my mind a bit, and then X-Real actually reached out to me and asked me if I would re-review it after they'd done this big update, and I said, yeah, okay, I will. And it was just so good. You know, the graphics were improved, the gun mechanics were improved, everything was improved. But a year later, I think this is the best FPS on Quest 2 because you have the co-op campaign, you have the survival mode, and now you've got this PvP, and the PvP is just manic. It's just so much fun. So that's what I've been playing.
I was really gutted that I couldn't get online over the weekend because I was working. Because I would have loved to play that.
Oh, gun game, because it's so competitive. Like, you know, and like with you, you know, if you'd have won, you wouldn't have gloated at all, would you?
No, I would have quietly stepped down into the good night, as a gentleman should.
I jumped up and down in the air like a big fucking child. I was so happy because it was like there was some really good players in the lobby as well, and somehow I don't know, I managed to win, and it was just like, it's just like you remember the first time you won a game of Population 1 and like how happy you were, and that's how I felt. The PvP is coming to PC VR, but there's no like definite date yet. So, and there will be crossplay as well. So
there'll be crossplay.
There will be crossplay. Yes,
that's very interesting.
That's directly from like the developer actually reached out to me, and I've had a bit of a dialogue with him. So yeah, the PvP is coming to the Quest, the PC version, and crossplay will be coming to the PC version at the same time. So that's going to be amazing. That is going to be amazing.
Because this is the thing. Like we were talking just last night about playing this, and I've wanted to play with Henry for a while.
Yeah.
But obviously, I already have it on PC, and I will go ahead and buy it in order to be able to play with him on Quest because he doesn't have PC VR.
Yeah.
But I would much rather be able to play with the higher end graphics and still be able to play with my friend.
Yeah. I think it's going to be like this Onward thing. But the thing is, they've built the PvP for Quest, whereas Onward was built originally for PC VR, and then they brought the Quest version in and had to downgrade the PC VR version. Yeah. From talking to the devs, the Quest version came out first, so the PC VR version is going to be playing at that level. So there'll be no degradation in either version. They will just be cross-play and it will work.
Awesome. So, awesome.
That's what I've been playing this week, and I really enjoyed it.
I mean, I'm still probably going to have to purchase the Quest version because I really want to play some more Zero Caliber, and if I have to purchase it in order to play with him, then so be it.
Yeah, it's a great game. It's like I said, it's one of those games that it's just like when it launched, it wasn't quite right, and the PvP is the last piece of the jigsaw. It's just a great game.
Before we carry on, then, I wanted to show off. Right, this is to me, right, just to me. There have been 2 milestones for me when it comes to my YouTube journey. Okay, number 1 is the same as all YouTubers. It's that magical 1K subscribership. Okay,
yeah,
that's always the big one. As a VR YouTuber, my second one happened today.
Oh, well done! Congratulations. You don't know what it is yet, but there you go.
It is this.
Oh.
You did say Mac's gonna get pissed off.
Fuck you.
So, for those of you who don't know, this is a character from Moss and Moss Book 2. This is Quill. She is one of mine and Mac's favorite VR characters.
Brilliant.
And they released this when the PSVR version of Moss 2 came out, and both of us were incredibly jealous that we saw all over Twitter. We saw all sorts of other YouTubers showing off this that they'd been sent by Polyarc. And because my good friend Clickster has a nice little in with the guys at Polyarc, or at least their marketing department, I was very, very cheeky, and I said, by the way, can you please send me one of those models, because I am desperate and it is the cutest thing I've ever seen. And they sent it, and it's fantastic. The detail on it is amazing.
Oh, man. She's so cute. I love Quill. She's so cute.
So yeah, that's my my little bit of news, is a bit of a gloat, because genuinely I've been sent something that isn't available to the general public by a developer, and it's so good. It's
Clickster,
so good.
Clickster, I love you as well.
By the way, Clickster also has one that turned up today.
Oh, bugger. So, all right then. All right. So, Surjical, what's the best freebie you've ever got? Maybe not just like...
You mean like in... As in gaming, or...
Yeah, in like your... I know this is probably... Like, your channel's growing, but what's the best sort of freebie you've had, apart from all those millions of RFVR keys you've been given? But you like that, aren't you? Make it rain, bitch! Make it rain! RFVR keys, yeah!
I don't know. I mean, you sent me more stuff than anyone else, Max. You're like my sugar daddy. Sent me. What did you send me? You sent me this ring light I'm using.
Headphones.
These headphones, yeah.
I sent you a Pro Tube, yeah.
Pro Tube as well. Yeah.
Well, Pro Tube very kindly upgraded my Pro Tube to a carbon Pro Tube. So I had this. I mean, I actually had the original Pro Tube that had the non-magnetic cups. We had to push the controllers into the cups. And when they sent me the carbon upgrade, I actually managed to produce another Pro Tube out of that with the mag cups. And I had the index controllers. So I sent that down to you.
I appreciate all the gear, mate. Yeah.
Well, you know, it was Face that got the Force Tube though.
My Face doesn't even play VR.
I know.
I
think I should go and get it and send it to you. So
he
you
just
can play
plays
it with
Back
Vale.
for Blood on the PC. It's not even VR.
I know.
I think he's not far from you.
Game's
Is he?
awesome. That game's awesome.
He's dead. He's dead to us.
Okay. So who are we talking about?
I don't know. I can't remember his name.
Mouth
eyes.
As far as free stuff, like that model is probably my favorite thing.
Yeah. Oh, it would be
but
mine
the best
as well.
thing is probably the Force Tube that Pro Tube sent me.
Yeah.
Because that is just fantastic and is ridiculously expensive. Like it's worth it. Don't get me wrong, and I'm not complaining about how much they price their products, because it's obviously priced competitively for what it is.
Yeah.
But to me, when I got sent that, like I wasn't even at 1,000 subscribers, and that was incredibly expensive as a present, as a gift. So
yeah, they were the same for me. When they sent me the first, I think they sent me some Pro straps first, and I was in the same boat as you. I think I was about the same level that you are now. My channel was about the same level as yours, and I couldn't understand why they were being so nice to me. In fact, Anya from ProTube actually contacted me today and asked me how my retirement was going. And I think that's the kind of company they are. They have these YouTubers that they like, and they really look after them. So I got the carbon mag tube first, and then they sent me the Gen 1 Force Tube. And then they sent me the Gen 2 Force Tube. And then they sent me a Provolver. And I'm like, why are they being so nice to me? You know, it's like, I mean, obviously they want you to make videos about this stuff.
yeah,
And
of course.
the Provolver video I made has actually done over 10,000 views, which obviously is going to be good for them. I have an affiliate link with them as well, which has made me enough money to give Weeble I bought Weeble a Pro Tube because, you know, Weeble's a big supporter of my channel. He's, you know, he's big on my Discord. He helps me out with the news and everything. So I thought, you know, it'd be a nice thing to do for him. So out of my affiliate link money, I bought Weeble a Pro Tube. So there you go. Yeah, they're a great company. Lovely people. Absolutely wonderful people.
More free stuff for Weeble.
Yeah,
More free stuff
for Weeble, 'cause he is so hard up for free stuff from this group of people.
Every time we spin the wheel, Weeble, crazy.
W for win. Anyway, right, we've been chatting a lot about not the stuff that we need to be chatting about because we've got a lot still to get through.
We have.
Okay.
So Mac, I think you're up next for what you want to choose.
Okay, like this is going to be a short one, and it's basically Jamie Feltham from Upload VR is leaving Upload and he's moving on to Pastures New. So when I first got into VR and found Upload VR, if you don't know what it is, it's a great news channel. They do like a podcast, like Jamie, Ian, and the other guy whose name's fucking got out of my head, Ian Hamilton, Jamie Feltham, and his name's got out of my head. Sorry. Welcome to the Adventure Podcast. Anyway, Jamie's moving on. So I've been reading his articles for like 6 years now. So he's like one of my favorite sort of VR journalists. He's quite a young guy. I disagree with him sometimes, but he writes really well. So I'm gonna miss his articles on Upload VR. I don't know whether he's gonna do sort of guest articles or whatever, but he's been quite quiet about what he's moving on to. But I just want to wish him all the best. So, Jamie, if you're watching,
we salute you, Jamie.
We salute you, Jamie.
Okay then, Mr. Surge, what do you want to move on to?
I mean, I don't use the app, but VR Chat has had they've gone from overwhelmingly positive to overwhelmingly negative in the space of a week or so.
It was in the space of a day.
Yeah,
The initial results came in. It's just like straight down.
Because I don't really use it, but I used it once, I think. But I heard what was going on, heard the grumbling, so I thought, let me check it out. And then it was actually a day or so after. You're actually right. It just went into the red on Steam, like, because it's the anti-cheat thing that they're doing, isn't it?
Yep, they've implemented easy anti-cheat, which is like a sort of universal anti-cheat for, you know, Call of Duty uses it, Battlefield uses it. Yeah. So why did it cause such a problem?
It basically stops people from using mods, and a lot of people have made mods to make the game run better, or sound mods, and just like loads of different stuff that people have made themselves.
Yeah. I think it also affected the deaf community.
Yeah, because there's no
This was the big thing. People with disabilities, so people who have hearing difficulties, and they use with the hand tracking, you can actually use sign language in VR Chat, but it's a mod, and they basically went, you can't use that anymore. So it's another one of those decisions, isn't it?
I think it's it could be as well if it's coming to PS5, and what was it? There was something else. A lot of people have gone to. It's called Chill Out. It's very similar, and I've been looking at the reviews now, and people are saying the interface is better. A lot of people are saying that it's better than VR Chat in a lot of ways.
Yeah,
and they had major issues at the start, Chill Out, because they weren't ready for so many people to come over like in one go like that. So they had server issues, but I think they're working it all out and stuff. And from what I've seen in the reviews, a lot of people have started using Chill Out, and they just want a way to import their worlds over and into Chill Out as well, and all the avatars and things. So the devs are trying to work on everything, because that game was kind of currently being made and developed and stuff. It's on the store. but I think they weren't expecting so many people to jump on. Some people have gone to Neos as well,
Yeah.
but Neos is like, you need to. It's better to jump into Neos with someone who knows Neos,
Yeah.
and then to go in on your own.
Yeah.
Because,
I go into
yeah.
Neos with you, and you go into
Mhm.
Neos with like VR Realm and people like that.
Yeah.
And they're like
Mhm.
experts. So
Yeah.
can you explain the difference between Neos and VR chat? Because like Neos is a different animal, isn't it?
Yeah, so I'm not the best person on this, but I know like Neos, you can just do anything on the fly. Like you literally import stuff straight away off your PC or off Neos, and like you can just jump into skins. You can import little gadgets. You can build a world just by hand. You don't have to go into. I think with VR chat, you need to go. I believe you need to do it on a PC. I'm not 100% sure on that to build the world, but in Neos, you just pull stuff out and then you just buy. You can buy or get free stuff from 3D websites, and then just like I built my studio. It's pretty basic, but it's pretty cool because if you can think it, you can do it in Neos, and that's the biggest difference. Is VR chat is limited, and Neos is that however far your imagination goes. Basically, you
Yeah.
can do anything. Yeah.
That playing Duck Hunt with a needler from Halo was just my brain was scrambled. It was crazy.
We need to get Shoeey. Shoeey, have you been on there yet?
Still haven't been on Neos, man.
Okay.
Every day, I need to actually sit down and just be like, oh, I haven't got anything to do for an hour. I need to find some way of getting into Neos. It's definitely something on my list. It's just an unrealized part of the list.
Yeah, just all you got to do is go to like Ready Player Me, create an avatar, or you can go into Unity and make you can make literally anything. But Ready Player Me is pretty simple. Save it onto your desktop, export it as a Neos kind of extractable file thing, and go into Neos. You go into Neos website to create an account, go into Neos login, and then you could just add Mac and me, and then I can invite you over to my world, and then we can get you into your avatar. There's loads of different avatars there.
Tube of toothpaste.
Tube of toothpaste. Yeah, you can be a
my-
strap-on dildo if you want. You can be anything, mate. Like
That interview we did with Skillex, where I was a candy cane, he was a tube of toothpaste, and you were a bear. And
yeah,
because obviously it scales. So if you're a candy cane, you're candy cane size, but like Surjical was still like bear sized, and the tube of toothpaste was actually a little bit smaller than me with these little gangly toothpaste arms.
That's really funny.
It honestly, I laughed. I actually woke up next morning, my stomach hurt from laughing. It's just crazy. I showed my wife, and she said, "Why don't you just do that and put it on YouTube?" Because she was laughing. She thought it was hilarious. That's just so good.
Yep, and it's great. There's loads of different worlds people have made, and there's cinemas and iMac. It's crazy. It's. I mean, I did give VR chat a go. That was because someone said get into Neos, but I thought let me try VR chat first. It was good enough. It was good, but when you go into Neos and you get an idea of what it's about, it's just like the future. Like on the fly, you can just do what you want. So we need to sort it out, Mac, with Shoeey, because it's been ages. We've been talking about this for way too long.
About it, and I need to actually get my shit sorted. And
what we need to do is find a weekend when you're not working. You get.
I am not working this weekend coming, so far as I'm aware.
Okay, that would be good.
Okay, let's do it.
Right, let's do it.
Sounds like a plan. Sounds like a plan. Okay then, so VR chat is in turmoil, but the devs have said that they are fixing all of the stuff by putting in their own versions of the mods, from what I understand.
Yeah.
And so I hope that the VR chat community doesn't disintegrate, because obviously they have a huge community.
They do,
and it would be really sad if one mistake from the devs that they are trying to rectify completely annihilates it.
Yeah, I mean, one of the biggest VR YouTubers is Thrill Seeker, and he's like massively into VR chat. I mean, he's done like like DJ sets, and I mean, a lot of his followers are on VR chat, and they have like big meetups. So yeah, I think it'd be bad for VR chat if they don't get it sorted, because like I've experienced Neos and I've really enjoyed it, and VR chat is a lot bigger and a lot more, it's a lot more established. So yeah, that's my feelings on that.
Yeah.
Oh,
So sorry, I was just going to say one last thing with VR chat. They're going to fix all of they do their own version of everything basically, and so that's going to be like a competition even more for the other what everyone else is using like at the moment, as opposed to VR chat, for them to kind of speedily try and make their app basically like up to standard and make sure it works properly and have all the stuff like modding and all that kind of stuff. So it'd be interesting to see the people that have gone over to them, if they go back over to VR chat, or they just stay where they are.
Well, if like Mark Zuckerberg is currently sweating billions to make his metaverse, but the metaverse already exists in VR chat and Neos and that chill. What was it called? Chill out. That was, it already exists.
Yeah.
Right. Lee Marvin Hitchman from Lad Bible. Hey, I love Lad Bible. Right, what do you want to talk about next?
I think we should talk about. Right, that was a sad subject. And
Happy.
Yeah, let's go happy. So one of my happiest things I've done in the last 2 weeks has been to experience the latest Walkabout mini golf DLC, which is Labyrinth. It is a Labyrinth themed course. And yes, it is the Labyrinth from the 1980s.
Jim Henson.
Oh God, Jim Henson, and like they have the full Henson company on like helping them out and creating this and making sure that it is true to what they thought about it. And it is almost everything I wanted.
Almost.
So here's the thing. Despite the fact that the Jim Henson company is on board with all of this, a certain rock star and his
Image.
empire and image are not, including his music. So unfortunately, you do not get to see the main man Bowie, and you don't get to hear him sing. However, even with that not there, and there was a certain point where I was playing it, I had sort of beta access to it, and I did get upset that he wasn't in the throne room. Other than that, it was a truly amazing game.
Excellent.
Amazing DLC.
Yeah. Is it free?
It's not free. It is £2.29.
Oh my God. This is the meta all over again, raising their prices by 25%. I can't afford to. Oh, I can afford £2.29. Right, okay. I'll do that.
You can play your...
I was genuinely expecting it to go up to be a £5 for this DLC, and I was fully prepared to purchase it for that. But I checked today, and it is £2.29.
That's amazing.
And
what you get?
And if your friend owns it, you can
play it for free.
Play their version.
You just don't get the upgrades. Yeah, you don't get like the collectibles,
tools and stuff. Yeah.
That's absolutely brilliant.
I did give them a list of other IPs that I want to see them actually dive into, and it was I ended up having to have a speed run through the screen because it ended up as like 100 different IPs that I wanted them to make. I mean, some of them were very not safe for children.
Oh, well, that's a surprise when you're concerned.
I thought that stuff like like John McClane and bits like that, like Predator.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker! Yeah,
exactly.
I haven't played Walkabout Mini Golf for a long time. We streamed it a couple of times, didn't we? And we all played together, and it was so much fun. We need to get together and do that again. That was just so good.
Here's the thing. One of the things that I loved about mini golf is that when I've played with like my wife and my family, which we did a lot over the course. Not only do I win, but we started playing other like mini games within the game where we would actually go around and we would play hide and seek, or we would try and hide in plain sight. So you'd put your head, because you are just a head and hands in the game. Like you would try and put your head somewhere where it could possibly conceivably already be, like on top of a cactus, or instead of the head of a skeleton, or instead of the head of a statue of some description. And it was a really, really fun thing because you don't necessarily hear where the people are talking from, but you can hear everyone over the whole map. And now that you've got the labyrinth, which has an actual full maze within it, I feel like there's more fun and games to be had.
Crash has just said on chat, best thing about mini golf is beating Shoeey.
I'm not. I can only assume that is the greatest feeling in the world.
The Traveling Man has also put up a really good idea. Fraggle Rock. Fraggle Rock themed walkabout mini golf. Yeah, that would be great. I used to love it because they used to have all those little. Yeah, they used to have all those little crazy sort of structures they used to build. Remember?
Yeah.
The Jim Henson Company is also responsible for Farscape, going back to the very earliest part of the podcast. So I would love to see a Farscape version. That would be amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Well, yeah, it should be. Just give it a bit of time. They'll probably announce some more Jim Henson stuff. So
yeah,
they've already announced their next IP that they're doing, which is Myst.
Yeah.
Oh yes, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Oh, and it's 8-player now, not just 5.
Oh, is it? I did not know this.
Slow Coach just said, yeah. Slow Coach just said in the chat.
That's a big jump. That's good. I haven't seen.
Please don't die on stream.
I haven't seen the movie in years. Since I was a kid, I don't remember anything. So I could go into that labyrinth and I'd be like, "What the hell is this?" So I need to watch the film.
What was the name?
It's surprising how quickly it comes back to you.
What was the name of the girl? What was the name of the girl in it? Jennifer.
Oh, I don't know. I'm really bad with names.
She was like a teenager, and she was the love interest in the new Top Gun Maverick film, and she's still hot as fuck.
Okay,
Jennifer Connelly.
Jennifer Connelly, there you go. Yeah.
You'll like this. Mr. Fun with the Clicks said he paused the video as I went to have dinner, and watching it, I saw the quill part. Right? He says, I feel bad. Didn't know Mac was a huge quill fan too.
Oh,
let me talk to the marketing lady. So he's going to speak to the marketing lady and see whether or not he can facilitate something.
Right. Clickster, when you're talking to the lady, tell her that I gave the game 5 out of 10 on the Oculus Store. Tell her that
5 out of 10?
5 out of 5. No, 5 out of 5 stars.
I was going to say, that sounds bad.
I rated it as one of the best games I've played this year, and I live streamed it twice with full playthroughs. So I've done everything I can to support this game. I want a quill. I want a quill. Quill would be better than my invisible. Quill will be better than my invisible Master Chief.
You traitor.
Oh, this is the other thing that comes in the box, right? Is you get this lovely little envelope, right? And it's all very Moss-esque.
Yeah.
And the feel of the paper feels like a proper map, and it's got a little letter in that comes with it, and they've put a decent amount of effort into this. There's no need to cry, Mag. Clickster's on the case. He says he'll do his best.
Thank you, Clickster. And I did tweet Polyarch as well, so I've supported them. Oh, this is just blatant, like trying to get something, isn't it? I'm using my position as a YouTuber just to get free stuff.
Yeah, but this is good free stuff.
Do you know,
free stuff.
as soon as we talked about that quill figure, I went on eBay. Nah, nothing. Obviously, every single content creator that's got the quill figure has just gone, fuck that. It's not going on YouTube. I'm keeping this bastard.
Oh yeah, no, I can't. Someone said to me when I had mentioned that I was receiving one, you know, how much do you want for it? And I was like, absolutely fucking not.
It's priceless.
Absolutely not.
It's priceless.
It is priceless to me because I love this little figure.
Yeah.
I would really love one of her just standing up, waving, or as the high five pose.
Yeah.
That would be. I think that would be like the crowning. But that's going to go in my new office. It's the first model that will go in my new office.
During the game, when she went, eh, and I was like, what's she doing? And I went, and then she went, eh, and then I went, ah, and then she went, eh, and I went, ah, and then she did the little dance, and I was like,
yeah,
I'm so in love with Quill. Sorry, Serge, you have to play the PCVR version.
I'm okay.
There isn't a PCVR version of 2 at the moment.
Is there
No,
not?
there isn't, no. I only played
does
number
not
1.
exist.
Oh, I thought Steam coming out. Oh, VR Realm's in the chat. Hello, VR Realm.
I did, mate.
Hey,
How you doing, mate?
It's on place. It came on PSVR first, and
Quest 2.
yeah, Quest,
just,
and then PC. There's no date, I don't think. So,
all right, okay. I've played through it fully twice now. My first playthrough took me about 8 hours because I was like trying to get all the collectibles. My second playthrough probably it only took 5 hours because I was kind of more. Well, you'll know you kind of get used to the puzzles. The last pinnacle where you were using the mirrors.
Yeah.
Oh, you look and you think, what the actual? And then it's just. I would like to talk to the dev who designed that level, because he must have a very, very strange brain, or she must have a very strange brain.
I just want to say, after being told that it would take me 5 to 6 hours by Mac, I was very disappointed to complete it in 4 hours and 23 minutes.
No, you didn't. Yeah, I'm a collectibles guy. I
didn't go for every collectible. I got most of them, but I didn't 100% it.
No, I did. I actually went back and did it 100%. Because you can, after you finish the game, you can go back and play the same level and it's completed. So you can get all the relic dust, so you can find all the scrolls and everything. So yeah, I did that. It's such a good game. Anyway, if you have a Quest 2 or you have a PSVR, go and buy Moss Book 2. It's well worth the investment. And if you buy Moss Book 1 or Moss 1 and Moss Book 2, it's actually cheaper than buying Moss Book 2 on Quest Store.
Interesting.
Yeah. So there you go. Right, I need to take a quick comfort break. I shall be back in a second.
Okay, then, Serge, let's talk about Swords of Garage, shall we?
Mac! Sorry, that was just my ego.
Off you go. Bugger off. Yeah, so let's talk about Swords of Garage. You mentioned this earlier.
So it's Swords of Gargantua.
That's the one, sorry, not
Yes.
Garage.
Even I get
game
confused.
there is a game called Swords of Garage, which is also a VR sword game.
Never played it. I've had a key for it for like 2 years. So
I played with one of their professional players. He introduced me to it and showed me around, and I didn't see a single other person the entire time I was in there.
Oh, okay.
Yep, that was disappointing.
So Gargantua, they are closing down the servers end of September, so you can't play it. And what they're doing is they have like a sequel, I guess. It's a game that the next game in line, which is called Altair
Breaker, I think.
Altair, yeah. So that's like, it looks very similar, but like you were saying, it's a more polished, kind of looks more like it kind of looks better, basically, the gameplay and stuff. So that's just a small bit of news that's going on. So I don't know if anyone in the chat has that game or has played it. Let us know, because I'd like to know what your thoughts are on that game. So I haven't got much time. End of September.
The thing is with Swords of Gargantua, like there are still tournaments and updates that they are doing for this game. and
Right.
have been until very recently. Like every single Virtual Athletics League set of tournaments, I've always seen them do something to do with Swords of Gargantua. And this game is huge in Japan. Like it is massive in Japan.
Okay.
And actually, there is a whole sort of subsection of the VR content creator space that Swords of Gargantua does really, really well on. Like 40, 50, 100,000 views on videos.
Okay.
Just for this stuff. So although it's not necessarily very popular in Europe and America, it is hugely popular in Japan.
Yeah. I mean, I think so. It's called Altair Breaker, and it's coming out next month, I think, or end of this month. And yeah, with Japan, they got mental, didn't they, other stuff? So I
Yeah,
think
the Japanese tend
yeah.
to find a thing, don't they? As I'm not trying to stereotype them, but I know that when I was a part of the sort of competitive yo-yoing community and things, you tend to find Japanese players for like World of Warcraft where they dedicated their life to it. With yo-yoing, they dedicate their life to it. With Swords of Gargantua, they dedicate their life to it. And like I envy that level of commitment to anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, hopefully I'm sure they're play testing the hell out of it, and it's just going to be an improvement all round. So yeah,
I
I mean,
really hope there is some way of creating some sort of private server for it, because I
yeah.
would be incredibly upset if I found out, like, I don't know, like if they decided just not to continue with RFVR and they decided tomorrow that they were going to shut down the servers, or no, if I know it's not the same because it doesn't work that way with RFVR, but you know that would be pretty shit, right? Like I would hope that there was some way to create a private server system for this.
I mean, from what you're telling me, like the way the fans in Asia are mental, they're probably already doing it. To be honest,
I
someone's
hope
figured
so.
something out. Yeah, I'm sure they wouldn't just kill it off like that, especially when it's so big in Japan. I mean, over here, I don't think I've ever seen it come up on YouTube or anyone really cover it. To be honest, so
What are you talking
No,
about? Sorry.
Swords of Gargantua.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah, we talk. Yeah, okay.
So we've just sort of been over the fact that the servers are being dropped, and that it's still pretty massive in Japan. And hopefully, you know, there will be some sort of private server go up for people to still continue on with this. But
Yeah.
I'm not certain. Like, I mean, I know that the devs were really involved with the fan base. So it wasn't like they were ignoring what was going on. So I hope that there is something, or that people are just so excited for this new Altair Breaker that they don't care very much. But the amount of unlockables and like skins and things and different weapons that you can collect that were like very limited edition from different events, I imagine people are going to be pretty pissed off.
I'm playing the Altair Breaker trailer on my
yeah.
stream at the moment. I'm just
unless they continue your same account and they let you bring it all over, that might be a thing that they do, where all the skins you've unlocked in the original
Yeah, that
would
would be
work.
pretty sweet.
So I mean, if it's like that popular, I wouldn't, it'll be a good thing for them to do, because it will keep the loyalty base, right? So people will carry on and buy the next version. Say,
Yep. Okay. Well, that was Swords of Gargantua and Altair Breaker. Then we have one other game that was released, or not a game, sorry, a mod that was released in the last few days.
Yeah.
Which is another Half-Life Alyx mod. For those of you who love a bit of Half-Life Alyx.
Oh.
Obviously, we're still waiting on Levitation, which I am incredibly excited for when that comes out. But
Yeah.
until then, we have Half-Life Alyx Incursion,
I heard
which
that was really
is
easy.
yeah, it's super easy. I've made it a whole 12 minutes into that particular campaign, multiple times so far today.
So are you just crap, or is it just really hard?
I think there is a mixture of the two. I genuinely think I'm bad at this game, but also it just seems really hard. Like I'm watching the trailer right now, and I'm looking at it like, how are they killing these people that easily? Because I'm not able to. But basically, what makes this different from everything else that they have done up to date is that this isn't just an hour's worth of extra campaign. This is a part of the campaign that is also a wave-based shooter, and it's fucking hard. It's so difficult. Like, you've got there seems to be like tons of ammo at the beginning, but you run out of it very quickly, and you have to find more, and you've got to find all of your resin in order to make your upgrades as you're going through the game. And to do that between waves is actually insanely difficult.
How much do you have, like a 30-second cooldown between waves, or how does it work?
I think it's roughly 30 seconds,
Okay.
but I honestly don't know because there's no timers. The only indication you've got that a wave is starting is that the music changes,
Okay.
which is really difficult because you're sitting there trying to get the fucking resin machine to work and upgrade your pistol, and all of a sudden the music changes, and you're just like, nope, well, guess I'm dead then.
And you are quite quickly,
Yeah.
apparently, within 12 minutes.
Oh yeah, no, you die quite quickly. I've only found, once you get into the main area where you actually start doing the wave-based stuff, I've only found one injectable so far.
Oh, crikey.
Yeah, and when you consider that, like, the first wave is just 2 enemies, easy enough.
Yeah.
The second wave is 3 enemies and a couple of flyers. And the third one is a heavy with 2 enemies and 2 flyers. That's only the third wave.
Sounds like a Mac In VR live stream waiting to happen.
Oh yeah, no. If I'm willing to bet, right? I'm willing to put down money on this that that will go down in history as the Mac In VR live stream where he swears the most.
Oh, let's do it.
Yeah.
God,
I
dagnabbit.
would be interested. No. You can try all you want not to start saying, you absolute bastards, what the fuck? Seriously, shut the fuck up and run away. Like, you will be swearing a lot. Or I am just that bad at the game. One of the two. Either one is completely possible.
I've played a lot of Half-Life Alyx. I mean, like 2 years, I must have put 100 hours into Half-Life Alyx, and I'm still pretty... Yeah, I still panic a lot. Remember when we were playing After the Fall, and I kept trying to grab my ammo from my shoulder?
Yeah.
Do you remember that? Oh,
yeah. All population 1 when you try to reload and
I tried to reload by tapping my MP5 against my chest, and then got shot, and I was like, "You dickhead!" Oh god,
I've got that on tape somewhere.
I'm so bad at that. I'm so bad at that stuff.
But yeah, I haven't. Like I was telling you guys earlier, I'm so bad. I loved the Half-Life. I completed it. I played the GoldenEye mod like a year ago, whenever it came out, and I haven't played any other mods. And you were saying to try the Seth. What was it? A and B Seth.
Yeah, A and B Seth. Yeah. Do the Gunman Contracts 1. It's good, but Gunman Contracts 2 is like proper John Wick. Oh, it's just brilliant. And he actually works full time, and he's actually said he's working on Gunman Contracts 3, but doesn't know when it's going to be out. But considering how good Gunman Contracts 1 was, well,
yeah, no, it's well worth it. If for any of you that haven't played the A and B Seth maps, if you've got PCVR and Half-Life Alyx, yeah, definitely go play it.
yeah.
Right, so yeah, that's Half-Life Incursion. Mac, have you got anything you want to chat about?
Hold on, we've done that. I want to talk about me. Me.
Oh, really? That's a surprise.
So
Oh, Max, you dropped down to 0 views.
oh well. Well, I actually there's 2 things I want to talk about. One of them is analytics, which we briefly spoke about. Me and Shoeey spoke about before we started. So I'm going to talk about that after I've spoken about what I'd like to talk about me. So what happened is I got contacted by a company called Soul Assembly. And they are the guys and girls who did Drop Dead Dual Strike, which I've played. Very good.
Yeah.
They did the Warhammer 4000 Battle Sisters. And they have a new game coming out, which I'm quite excited about. I'm under embargo and NDA. But I'm actually going down to the studio on Thursday.
Really?
I'm going down to the studio on Thursday. Right, so I'm going to be completely honest here, right? And you are just going to kill yourselves laughing. I got contacted by one of their employees called Darby. Sounds like a very nice person. And she basically said, would you like to come down and visit the studio? You know, you can do a studio tour. We're going to show you the new game. There is an NDA and an embargo, but you can make content while you're there. And then when the embargo's lifted, you can make your video. And I was like, yeah, that sounds brilliant. So they're in Leamington Spa, which is like about 3.5. Yeah, it's about 3.5 hours from where I live. It's anyway, it's near Stratford upon Avon, I think. So they said, right, okay. I said, well, it's a long drive for me, so I might have to travel down on a Wednesday and then come to the studio on Thursday. And they're like, oh, well, we'll put you up in a hotel. I was like, oh, okay. So they booked me into this hotel, right, in Stratford upon Avon, which is called the Indigo. And I'm retired and it's very expensive. And I was like, I spoke to the wife and I was like, it's going to be quite an expensive trip down. So we sort of scrabbling, we did a few finances, right? Okay, I can afford to go down. So I was like, all right, that's fine. That's great. So I then got another email off Darby, who she said that it's going to be quite a late night on Thursday because we have a dinner. So you might want to stay on Thursday night. And I was like, I can't afford it. I'm really sorry. I can't afford to stay on the Thursday night. And wonderful people that they are said, oh, no, this is complimentary. We're going to pay for your hotel and your taxis.
Wow. That's amazing.
So this is the first time I've ever had like a freebie like that from a company that
Great, man.
a game that I've actually played. So I was like completely overwhelmed. And then to sort of cap it all, she said, oh, Mike from VRO's coming down as well, Virtual Reality Races.
Oh, man.
Oh, nice.
That's awesome.
So what you need to understand here is, if you've watched my channel, you'll know that Mike is my hero, right? I subscribed to him 5 years ago when he had less than 500 subscribers. And he's now like 500,000 or something. He's like crazy. He's like crazy sub. So he inspired me. He used to be in that long white corridor. And I just liked him. He had like 500 subscribers. I thought, no, this is a nice guy. Found out a couple of years later he was a copper, and he actually packed his job in to go full time on YouTube. And I was like, oh wow, that's amazing. I'd love to do that in the future. And now I am. I've retired from the fire brigade in February, and this is my full time job now. So I don't know what I'm more excited about. You say you should never meet your heroes, but I'm more excited about going down to the studio, or I'm more excited about meeting Mike. I don't know. So that's my news.
Oh, mate,
Brilliant,
I am
mate.
unbelievably jealous. Honestly, I am dripping with jealousy right now.
I think Mac just gone.
If you send me the Quill statue,
I was going to say. I think Mac just smashed your cool statue.
you'd have to shave your beard, shave your hair, and age about 30 years. But you might be able to get away with it, and I'll have the Quill statue. Yeah, so I'm like,
it would be a hard-pressed deal.
It is, isn't it? Because it's priceless. Both things are priceless. So this is my
100%.
This is my first like big studio tour, and I'm hugely excited for it. Would I trade
Super
it?
congrats, man.
Would I trade it for the?
Congrats.
Yeah, man.
Would I trade it for the?
mate. You've been.
Would I trade it for the Quills statue? Yeah, I'm super excited. So I'm. This is why I said I put 100 quid's worth of petrol in my car, because I've got to drive down to I've got to drive down to Stratford upon Avon, and I'm getting put up in a lovely hotel for 2 days. I'm getting a full studio tour. I'm getting a new game which hasn't been revealed yet. So it's like
Brilliant, mate.
Drop Dead. Like, I still play Drop Dead quite a lot because my son really enjoys it.
Yeah,
so
it's
it's like
so
one of my
good.
favorite games to play with him because it's like really easy for him to play because he doesn't have to do any of the movement and stuff.
Yeah, yeah. So but I never played Battle Sisters because I had no interest in the 40k sort of universe. It's just something I've never done.
Yeah.
I know I've got a lot of friends who are massive 4K, 40k sort of fans. They even get like the figures and paint them and do all that sort. So I understand the obsession with it, but like I've never played it. So
Maybe give it a bash before you go.
no, I'm gonna play some more Drop Dead to remind me how good that game is before I go down.
That game was fantastic, man. Like
Yeah.
it's definitely showing its age now.
Yeah, it did. It was like 4 years ago or something, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's the thing is, it's still a good game for people that want something simple, like just simple arcade shooter.
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah, I
VR,
know quite a few people.
VR Round said he met Mike at EGX. Such a lovely guy. When Windlands was being shown off, so that'd been last year, 2 years? No, last year, wouldn't it? Yeah. Oh, I'm so excited for next week. I've actually been losing sleep because I've been like lying in my bed like, is it Thursday yet?
So is it this? It's this Thursday.
This Thursday, yeah.
Amazing.
Nice.
So yeah, I'm really excited. So thank you to everybody at thank you to everybody at Soul Assembly for inviting me down. I'm kind of wondering why they picked me. I don't know. Just excited. Sorry. I love VR. I love VR. I just love that. So like this is one of the things that I love about VR. We're excited for PSVR 2. We're excited for Cambria. I'm excited to go down to the studio on Thursday. You know, I'm going to meet one of my all-time like sort of VR heroes, hopefully. It's just, it's fucking great, isn't it? So a couple of weeks ago, we had a conversation about burnout, didn't we? And we talked about it in the podcast. And you were actually saying that, like, oh, you know, it's a lot of work, and I really don't know why we do it. But now we're going to talk about analytics, because what happened to your channel last week?
So my channel last week, and I've pinpointed the videos that I think have done this, but I had a very large surge. Surge.
In your mouth.
Yeah. Down my throat. I had a large surge of viewers, of watch time, and subscribers all over the last sort of week to 2 weeks. It's actually been probably I reckon between 25 and 30% increase.
Yeah.
Which is insane considering how bad my metrics have been over the course of June.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was blinding. Like, and I genuinely thought like there must be something I am doing correctly until I spoke to Mac today. And as it turns out, our metrics have almost sort of grown in line with each other.
Yeah, the mirror was incredible. I mean, so please don't take this the wrong way, but your channel is like a quarter the size of mine, I think. But your metrics are like not far behind mine.
Hang on, I want to see whether or not they can see it. Right. Okay. If you look on my channel right now, you can actually see my current metrics, right? Ignore the 10% and the minus numbers, right? Because it doesn't really matter. The point is the actual numbers. So I haven't seen numbers like this in a while. Like probably not since December, January.
Yeah, I mean, like, so I'm into my 3rd year now, and I've noticed that summertime is pretty bad. The first time it happened, I was like, oh my god. Second time it happened, I actually reached out to Gamertag and Beardo, Benjo and Mike and said, what's going on? And they were like, no, it's just a summer slump. Just keep plugging on. Just keep plugging and get it. And it happened this year. Like, seriously. Excuse me. Like, my metrics, my analytics just died. I was like, what is my channel doing? I was putting videos out that would normally get 5,000 views and they were getting like 500. And you can't help but think, oh shit, what is it? Something I'm doing wrong? Which is obviously what we talked. I think we talked about it after the podcast, didn't we?
Yeah.
I don't think we talked about it during the podcast, because you don't like to be negative. But I put a video out last week where basically I analysed all of Sadly It's Bradley's data on the Project Cambria. And that video's done 20,000 views in 1 week, and that's unheard of. Like, even my virtual desktop videos haven't done that well in 1 week. And it means that my subscriber count has doubled, like, per month. My revenue's doubled. Everything's doubled. And you showed me your analytics, and I showed you my analytics, and I was like, yeah, they're identical. So, but we also talked about this YouTube problem with the algorithm and the shorts and the long form content, didn't we?
Yeah.
So basically what happened was, about 2 weeks ago, Jimmy Donaldson, who is Mr. Beast, 100 million subscribers. Like, how amazing is that? He is the biggest YouTuber, and he actually was in a conference with the YouTube guys, and he said, my channel has died since you brought this shorts algorithm in. So if Jimmy Donaldson's channel has died, so YouTube were like, yeah, we know there's a problem. If people are watching shorts, they're not getting recommended long content, and if people are watching long content, they're not getting recommended shorts content. So they've done something to the algorithm in the past couple of weeks, and my channel has basically gone from ooh to like almost like a cliff face, because I was looking at your analytics and they were like a cliff face, weren't they?
Yeah,
they're just up. So whatever they've done, it's fixed it. How's this affected you, Surge? Because I know, like, you were talking to me about how hard it was as a small YouTube channel to keep putting out this, and your content is like super quality. That trailer you did for RFVR, that was incredible. So how do you look at your analytics?
Yeah. I mean, I did notice because we spoke about it a few weeks ago. This whole YouTube algorithm thing, and they messed it up or something, wasn't it?
Yeah.
What you were saying. And then I have been getting more subs, but what I've been getting a lot more, like, my watch time has grown, like,
Yeah,
a lot faster. I've noticed it's grown so much faster, and even though we spoke about it, obviously I forgot, but Dementia Podcast. And yeah, it has. I didn't put out a video last week. I've got to do a few videos this week, but I'll see when I put another one out. Obviously, subs have gone up and watch time's gone up as well.
Yeah.
Obviously, so views and things like that. But the past few weeks, it does seem a lot better than it was.
Yeah.
The past, I don't know when they messed it up, but do you know when that happened, or
it was
when
when
they actually?
It was when they started to push the shorts, because I was looking at your channel, and you were like you were stuck at 300 for a long time, weren't you? But then you've suddenly like grown to like 360, 370, haven't you?
Yeah.
So I mean, if you think about that, like as a smaller YouTube channel, you've grown 20% in like 2 or 3 weeks, which is amazing. So hopefully that'll carry on. Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely been a lot better recently, and like you guys are saying, it's that comparing your analytics and stuff just shows that was YouTube that screwed up the algorithm. And I mean, it's only good because it's been a while. It's been like that, because I've heard you even Mac, I've heard you say it a lot. It's like, what the hell's going on with my channel?
Yeah.
Especially when you went away for that week and you did those
The World of Mechs, yeah.
on Macs, yeah. Every day you released a video and you're like, oh, I might as well have not fucking put them out. So,
it was weird. So what happened was I went away for a week, but I actually planned. Wow, I actually had a plan. So what I did was, it was the World of Mechs had just launched onto Quest 2. So I did a World of Mechs Ultimate Mech Build video. That was my launch on the Thursday. And then I did 6 gameplay videos. And while I was away, I released a video every single day. And they didn't do anything. They barely got 100 views. Whereas usually if you put 2 or 3 or 4 videos out a week, you can see your analytics kind of build a little bit because there's a lot of content and a lot of people watch what you're doing. And it didn't. It actually, I put 7 videos out in 7 days and my channel dipped. And I was really, really surprised about that. I was really surprised. And that's when I started talking to Shoeey and I started talking to you about how, is it the summer slump or is something wrong? And then obviously a week later we found out that even Jimmy Donaldson, who's the biggest YouTuber in the world, he was suffering. So yeah.
well, at least sorted. Sorry, man.
No, I was just going to say, I just wanted to point out, there's a guy in my chat called David Edmonds, and he is, and I will come back to that because Laszlo has just given a £5 super chat.
Thank you, Laszlo.
Include such an amiable and enthusiastic voice for VR. It's not such a leap to want your success. It broadens the VR community. Thank you very much for that donation, my guy. That's pretty awesome.
Thank you, Laszlo. Thank you, mate. That's much appreciated. That's so much appreciated.
But yeah, I just want to point out this other guy.
The VR enthusiasm is just growing.
It is. This is the thing I wanted to point out. Is this guy? He said, "Hi, do we know roughly when you can register for the Meta account?" He's just purchased his Quest 2. He's literally just purchased his Quest 2, and don't really want to link my Facebook. So I obviously sold him. Yes. Hopefully you should be able to do that today. And he is, once again, like he's 57 years young, and this will be his first ever VR experience. How bloody awesome is that?
Been crazy.
Yeah.
So he's 2 years older than me, right? So I think our oldest our oldest VR enthusiast is Weeble. I think Weeble's 67, isn't he? I think he's 67.
76.
Oh, Weeble is 150 if he's a day.
But he's also the luckiest man alive. So what was that guy's name?
His name is David Edmonds.
Weeble just said he's 67. Right, David Edmonds. What games do you like? What kind of, because you're obviously a gamer, so what kind of games do you like so we can give you some recommendations?
Right. Well, first thing he has said is that he's got Microsoft Flight Simulator on his PC, so he's hoping he's going to be able to get that to run. Through PSVR. So yeah, if you're looking at ways of connecting your Quest 2, both me and Mac have videos on how to use virtual desktop. Or if you don't want to spend out the money for that, then obviously you've got Airlink, so that'll be fine.
Yeah.
I assume you're a flight sim enthusiast, in which case, Mac, what games would you suggest as far as flight games? Bearing in mind, this is a person that has just, for the very first time, about to dive into VR, and flying in VR is it's no cakewalk.
I'm guessing if he's been flying in VR, if he's been flying on PC with Microsoft Flight Simulator, he must have a HOTAS. Just like, can you ask him if he has a HOTAS?
He is responding as we're talking. So
okay, yeah. Do you have a HOTAS?
He likes the look of travel games, sites around the world. So Slow Coach suggested Walkabout Golf and Kayak VR. Planes VR, is a cool one from Fun with the Clicks. But yeah, as I said to David Edmonds earlier, same as what Slow Coach has just said. Take it slow. because if you don't develop your VR legs to begin with,
Yeah.
you'll have a bad time and you'll start negatively associating that bad time with VR rather than actually figuring out how to work through it. I would highly suggest having a fan on you when you first start playing, because it gives you a sense of direction and grounds you. Definitely try some seated experiences to begin with, and definitely go through the intro apps that Oculus provide. So First Steps and First Contact are both brilliant games to get you started. There's so no roller coasters, Jay.
No roller coasters.
That is a very good advice.
But if he's used to playing Microsoft Flight Simulator and he can connect his Quest 2 to his PC via AirLink, and he has a HOTAS, then it's going to be seated anyway. And the only thing that's going to be is going to be in his chair with his HOTAS, and he's going to be looking around, which isn't going to cause any motion sickness. No. I just like to point out a small conversation which is going on in my chat between Weeble and Mr. Louverture. So Weeble's just confirmed that he's 67 years old. Clueless Dad Gamer's 51. Mr. Louverture's just said 67 and killed and still kicks my ass. Diamond Geezer. Oh, if you've never met Diamond Geezer, he's like that day we met him in After the Fall. So he laughs like Frank Bruno. And we were playing, and then we realised we were just laughing at Mr. Louverture, Diamond Geezer, laughing because it was just so funny. You were there that day, weren't you, Serge? Yeah, you definitely were.
Yeah, that's like my best.
Oh,
that's my best performing video on YouTube. That one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and it's all down to Mr. Diamond Geezer. It's absolutely brilliant.
He's been busy doing other stuff, and so he should be a bit more available for VR.
Yeah. Mr. Louverture's got a channel as well, so go and check him out, because he does a great Simrig build. He should have done it in fast forward time, but there you go.
Right. Do we have any other pressing news that we want to discuss?
There was.
I talked about the analytics. Talked about the Studio 2. Actually, I've crossed out everything on my list.
I've also crossed everything out on my list.
I think it's giveaway time, right?
Yeah, it is giveaway time. So, people, giveaway time. There are 4 keys currently on offer. There are 3 mental keys and 1 RF VR key. Let's do the RF VR key first. We'll do it the same as we did last time. We'll do the wheel of giveaway. I don't actually remember what it was called. So I've literally typed in wheel of giveaway.
Don't ask me to type, because I'm one of those people who types like this.
No, I will type, and it is live on the channel as we go. So
okay, I need to rewind.
Shit, what was that? No, go away. How do I get rid of all these people? I don't want all these people, even though some of them are already in the chat. Right, okay, so do you guys want to read me out the RFVR keys from the chat, please?
Okay, Space Denizen.
Benny.
Yep.
Sim, CIM.
Yep.
Clueless Dad Gamer.
Yep.
Slow Coach.
Yep.
Crash, inevitably. Has he not already got one? Crash put Weeble as well.
Weeble.
Right, that's it from my chat, I think. Yeah, for RFVR.
Could you read out from my chat, please, Serge?
I don't know. Do I just scroll up through your chat? Yeah.
Yeah, just scroll up, mate. Find the RFVR shout outs.
Okay, so you want RFVR? So Crash has done it in yours as well.
Yeah, he doesn't get. You don't
get 2 entries.
It doesn't work like that.
Nice try though.
Apture.
Yep.
I thought Apture had already won an RFVR key.
He's allowed to enter again. He's just not allowed to enter twice on the same stream.
I think that's it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, in that case, we're going to click to spin to win.
There's 1 key to give away.
It is Mr. Crash Daddy himself.
Hey! Congratulations, Crash. Well done, mate.
Crash.
Cool. Right. I'm gonna assume that the same people have also jumped into the mental.
Hold on, I'm going to go back
I'll have a look for you, mate.
up. We have Clueless Dad, John Crichton.
Crichton. I know that's not how you spell it. Crichton. Give me a break.
AppG,
Yep.
D1360 VR,
Yep.
Slow Coach,
Yep.
and Crash.
Yep. Crash is in as well.
Okay.
Can you check mine?
So
for me,
you've
please?
got
Triple.
Crash, Triple Helix, and
We-
Apture, Surgical Gaming.
I never entered. Oh, bollocks. No, I can't.
Mac
I
doesn't
can't
have
win.
one, so I'm gonna add Mac to it because you neither of you have it, and there are 3 keys anyway. So even if you both win a key, there's still one for everyone else. All right, is that everyone? Yeah. You know
Yeah,
what?
that's it. Yeah.
Drum roll.
Cool. Right, let's go. Spin that wheel.
Spin the wheel.
Weevil.
Oh, that is a surgical gaming.
Hey! It wasn't set up. It's not set up because this is
Did I
actually
really?
this is going down live on
Oh my god.
PowerOn's
Right,
chat.
number two.
Me.
It looks like it's gonna be. Oh, it's D1360. Congrats.
Way, well done, D1360,
Congratulations,
mate.
Yeah, message me on either Discord or Twitter, and I will get that to you, my guy. And
Or-
the last one,
If you're on my Discord, I'll relay the message.
yeah, either way. Oh, don't tell me Crash has won this as well.
Oh no! Crash got 2 free games.
Did he?
Crash got 2 free keys.
Oh,
2 free
my
keys. You git.
Oh,
He'll just play them for 10 minutes and then he won't play them again.
that is his
No Crash.
prerogative.
Or you could give them away if you wanted to. That's up to him.
Either way, that is what we've got for today. Yeah, get in touch if you want a key, and we will either send it through Discord or Twitter, whichever you guys
Yeah.
prefer.
My Discord, Surgical's Discord, or PowerOn's Discord. Either way, you'll
Yep.
get your you'll get your
I was going to say you'll find all 3 of us in all 3 of those Discords. So
Yeah.
come have a chat.
I can't believe Crash won 2 bloody.
I mean, it makes a difference from Weeble winning 7. So
It does, yeah.
Yeah, Weevil. Weevil's finally been defeated.
Weeble, Crash is the new Weeble. Well, does this mean we have to buy Weeble a flag for his little bicycle?
yeah, I feel like it is. Okay. No, Crash is very generously giving his mental key to AppJ.
Oh, well
So,
done.
AppJ,
Nicely. Right.
message me on Discord, mate. I'll send it over.
Okay.
Very kind of you, young man.
Okay, so David, just for future reference, what we usually, or what we've started doing more recently, is that at the beginning of the podcast we will have some keys, or we'll have some products and things that we are giving away as part of the podcast. It can
For
be
free?
anything from completely for free. There can be game keys that we've been sent from developers, or there could be even be like Quest 2 accessories. Especially if you're in the UK, because we're more likely to be able to give bigger and better things in the UK, just because it's not going to cost us a fortune to do so. But yeah, I mean, the other thing is, David, do you know what? If you're in the UK, David, message me on Discord, and I will actually send you a Quest accessory. Just because you're new to it, and I feel like you need the
Nice.
best experience possible. And let's face it, the head straps are not amazing on the original on the Quest.
Do not send him the quill. Otherwise, I will come down to your house and I will be very angry with you.
Right. Anyway, I think that is probably.
I think that's
the
it.
end
Yeah,
of the podcast.
it is. Yeah, it's been a good one. Hope you've enjoyed
So,
it.
yeah.
Loads of
Right,
stuff covered today.
this is the last thing I want to start doing at the end of the podcast, right? Which is I want us to actually say where you can find us properly, because that
Okay.
is the professional thing to do. So, Mac, where can people find you?
People can find me on my Discord channel, and they can find me on Twitter, and they can find me on YouTube. And I don't do anything else apart from that. Oh, I do Facebook. I do Facebook. Sorry. Yeah. So that's where you can find me.
What are your names? I assume they're all Mac in VR.
Yeah, it's all Mac In VR. So if you go on Twitter, it's at Mac In VR. If you go on Facebook, it's Mac In VR. If you go on YouTube, I am Mac In VR.
Surge, where can people find you, my guy?
The dark alley behind your local Tesco's. I'm
I
on.
found him.
And what about Twitch? And what about...
I'm actually Surgical Gaming. Surgical Gaming, one word. Twitch, YouTube, and Twitter.
you do
and
Twitter, yeah, you do Twitter.
Facebook as well. Yeah, so mostly social is Twitter for me, and my video. Well, most of my content, all my content at the moment is YouTube. So yeah, I will do some Twitch at some point, but I'm trying to concentrate on one place.
And Discord.
Cool.
You can find all of us on Discord. So,
Yes,
Surgical.
Discord.
So, Shoeey, where can we find you?
Yeah, so mainly on the YouTube channel. I do a lot of stuff through Twitter as well. TikTok is something that I am not putting as much effort into, but if you like your very short videos, that is where all my short form videos are. I also have Instagram and Facebook. All of it is at PowerOnVR. Yeah, if you need to get in contact via email, yeah, I'm pretty sure it'll be the same for Mac and Surge. It'll be PowerOnVR@gmail.com.
MacinVR@gmail.com.
SurjicalGaming@gmail.co.uk. No,
No. You're not allowed to have .co.uk. That's too nationalist for me. Anyway.
Sim has just said, making a note here, Dark Alley, Tesco's. Got it. Expect
We haven't
some.
told you which one.
Right, guys. So
search all of them.
it's been a great podcast. This is episode 15 of season 1. I can't
insane,
believe.
30 weeks.
I can't believe
30
when we
weeks.
first started. It's absolutely incredible. So we're going to try and make Surgical more of a sort of permanent part of the podcast, because obviously he's Surgical and we love him.
Yep.
But I've been Mac In VR.
I've been PowerOnVR.
So I've been Surgical Gaming, the guy in the dark alley behind your local Tesco.
That's the perfect exit to the podcast. We should have literally just pressed stop streaming right there.
Right, guys. See you later. It's been a great stream.
Hey,
See you
guys.
later. Bye.
Later, people.